What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Pyro here, and this is going to be the start of a Dark Souls Let's Play series. I've got 4 or 5 folks that have messaged me asking me to play some Dark Souls, and Dark Souls is one of my favorite games that there is. It's one of those games it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. You absolutely love it some days when it is good, and you absolutely despise it some days, and it's one of the few games that's actually had me toss a PS3 controller across the room. So the thing about Dark Souls is it's just one of the most difficult games that I have ever played, and as far as I know, pretty much the most difficult game on the PS3. I don't know. It's just amazingly frustrating at times. Basically, the way it works is whenever you kill monsters, you gain their souls. Like right there, I just killed him, I got 80. Well, souls are used as currency in the game. They're used as EXP to level your character up. Everything in the game costs souls, so you need to acquire vast amounts of these things. And every time you die, you lose souls. Well, the way it works is, like, if I die, let's say this guy kills me, my corpse is going to disappear and a little green aura is going to sit on the ground. And if I can make it back to that little green aura without dying again, I can get my souls back. If I can't, then all of my souls disappear and all that work just vanishes. Now, granted, you don't lose EXP or anything along those lines, but as you go further into the game, it requires more and more souls to level up. It requires more souls to... Ow, there's a mage around that corner. More souls to basically do everything, and it just gets more and more ridiculous the further on you go. You're also going to see a little number in that gray circle in the upper left-hand corner. It's grayed out right now because I'm quote-unquote dead. If I was alive, it would be white. So it's kind of complicated, but basically... Oh, shit. That is not good for me. That right there, he's not a boss, but he's kind of like a mini-boss. He's a little bit more challenging than your average everyday monster. And he is currently pinned in by the legions of the undead. Thankfully, he's now doing his stupid idiot dance, which is good for me, because it allows me to kill these guys off a little bit at a time. But I have had a few requests to do a Let's Play on this game, so I'm going to start it off. We'll see if there's a decent amount of folks that are interested in seeing it. I'll keep doing it. If folks kind of get tired of it or whatnot. Nah, I rolled too soon. Shit! Move! And roll. Still too soon. Damn it. Alright, you fuck. Ow! Holy shit! Oh. Alright, so you're going to see the souls in the right-hand corner and the humanity in the upper left. I respawn. And... yeah, once it loads, of course. Now they're all gone. Now, early on, 1,200 souls, that's not a big deal. That's only about 5 minutes worth of work because I just leveled up. But, later on when you're saving up for some of these levels, like, what do you call it? Some of these levels take like 100,000 experience later on in the game, so you need 130,000 souls. That takes a while, and if you lose, that's a lot to lose. Not only that, but, shit. There we go. Sorry. Pyro has a hard time talking while trying not to get raped. I am doing I had planned on re-rolling my strength build. I screwed up my last build that I was running with last time. Put a couple points into the wrong thing, and so I had to start over. And I was going to do another strength build, but I've already got basically 2 strength characters. So I'm going to go with the Dex build this time. It's a Dex Pyromancer. Let's see if I can parry this guy. Boom! Oh, it didn't work. Whenever you parry an attack, you get the ability to do a riposte. And I'm trying to set it up, but because I'm on the stairs with this guy, the riposte doesn't seem to work. Alright, there it goes. The riposte, usually with a good weapon, will one-hit KO the mob. Not always, but most times. Now see, here's my corpse. I was able to get back here without dying. Oh, shit. Well, he is moving fast today. Usually you can step up there and aggro the minions, and he will back up and just kind of sit there and cast spells on you, and then you can pull these off by themselves. But today he is being very annoying. Yep, because he's got them all blocked in there. And I can't really get up there. Alright, I'm going to see if we can't pull him away. There has been a new patch that's gone through since I last played. Come on, there we go. There we go. Now I can kill them and then go up and deal with that guy in a minute. These are some of the easiest mobs in the game because they're not real coordinated. They move slow for the most part. The problem is in groups. Like I attacked that one and then the other one jumped me in behind. So you have to be very careful with your timing on these guys because they will kind of stack up on you. There we go. Now in the upper left hand corner you're going to notice a red bar and a green bar. The green bar is endurance. Sprinting, blocking, attacking, all of those use endurance. So, okay, can I kill you before you stop doing the stupid retard dance, hopefully? Yes. There we go. Now that is one of the guys that doesn't respawn. He's a kind of like a mini boss, and that's really not even an appropriate term for him because he's not really all that difficult. Ow. There we go. That's the riposting I was telling you about. But there are some bosses that respawn, or some monsters that respawn, some that don't. Every time you go to a bonfire or die or anything along those lines, the entire world respawns. Except for the one-time spawn monsters like that guy back there. Once I clear him in a playthrough, he's gone. Bosses, once I clear them in a playthrough, they're gone. But everything else, you can pretty much do repeatedly. So the game pretty much involves massive amounts of farming. Now that guy later on, we're going to kill him. I don't necessarily want to spoil it for you, but needless to say, he's not necessarily a nice person. Now, normally at this point, I would go up and do the bell gargoyles. They're up on the top, but I don't quite have myself ready to go do them. Partially because, if you'll notice my Estus flasks, they're at 3. I need to get that back up to about 5. Oh, I shouldn't have jumped. Need to get that back up. Oh, fuck! No, don't kill me. No! Bad monsters! Bad! They're still chasing? Yep, of course they're still chasing. Get that guy to swing, roll back, pop an Estus flask. Thankfully, mobs aren't very bright. But they are very, very, very fast. Not close enough. Swing. Roll. Now the nice thing about this sword that I'm using is it's got a very long attack on it. So I can actually go through some of these targets and hit targets behind them. And you're fucked. There we go. Now you're going to notice a very annoying, repetitive clinking sound in the background. That sound... Ooh, a Balder shield. Can I use that yet? I used to use the hollow shield exclusively, but they nerfed it a while back, so it's not quite as good as it used to be. Alright, so at this point in time, I could level up, now that I've got the souls. And you click on level up, and you can make adjustments here, etc., etc. That's only going to give me 1 point, though, and most of those, honestly, at this level, 1 or 2 points isn't going to do me a whole lot of good. So what I'm going to do instead is come down and talk to this guy. Whoops. Reinforce weapon. Now, the weapon I'm wanting to reinforce is the Yugat. I call it the Yugacha, but it's a Uchigata. Fuck, I don't even know how to say it. I'll let somebody that's a little bit better in Japanese say that for me. Okay, so these right here are Titanite shards. You use them to start off improving your weapons and your armor. Later on, you'll need more stuff. But now you'll notice everything that was grayed out before is now lit up. And right now we've got 108 damage on the Yugacha. And if we upgrade it, it goes to 116. You can upgrade these base to +5, then you need an Ember, you can take them to +10, then you need another Ember, you can take them to +15. You can turn them into elemental weapons like lightning, fire, pretty much whatever you want. Okay, actually, we do have quite a few souls, so I'm going to go ahead and burn through those real quick. Now I'm going to go fight one of the first bosses in the game here in a second, so I'm going to finish upgrading my gear. That's all the souls I've got. Sometimes you don't actually get souls from killing your opponents. Sometimes they drop these souls, and they're basically, think of them kind of like a bank. And they don't get used until you actually use them. So if you're going to go through something nasty, you don't have to, you don't have to worry about losing the nice pieces of gear. You can basically just hang on to the souls in the soul form, and when you die, you're not going to drop them. Since I'm fixing to fight a boss, though, I want to make myself as strong as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and pop all of these, and then I'm going to try and get my katana up to +5, but I don't think I'm going to have enough money for it. We will see. Now, the Ember that I need to turn that into a +10 is significantly later in the game. So I'm not going to have that anytime soon. Alright, humanity is another thing. I am going to go ahead and show you guys how humanity works. This is a bonfire. The standard bonfire will give you 5 Estus flasks. Now, I told you earlier I was dead. Well, now I'm going to offer up humanity and switch back basically into human form. Now, if I die again, I will go back to being undead. There we go. Humanity also triggers your item drop rates. So the higher your humanity, the more chances of monsters dropping items, dropping loot, etc., etc. God, that dinging is annoying, isn't it? Alright. We're going to buy 2 more Titanite shards. Whoops. 1, too many circles out. Oh, I don't care. There we go. Reinforced weapon. You gotcha to +4. Boom. To get to +5, I need 3 Titanite shards. Purchase item. 1, 2, 3. 2,400 souls. We got it. Reinforced weapon. So now this sword is basically as good as I can make it without upgrading it. Now, if I wanted to upgrade it, I would do modify equipment, and that would allow me to modify the sword. But for now, it's pretty much as good as it can possibly be. The other thing about being human that I forgot to mention earlier, since I am going to go fight a boss, being human allows me to summon other people, friendly other people, to help me. This is a multiplayer game. But the online gameplay is a random component, if that makes sense. You can't just group up with your friends easily. Okay, let's see. You see this red thing on the ground right here? This is a sign. You can read that sign. And, one sec. Sorry, I had something in my throat. That sign is a message from other people. You can't write anything you want. The writing is limited to certain key phrases to keep people from being douchebags. Well, there are also other types of signposts. There are the red signposts, which allow you to pull somebody in for PvP. There are white... Ah, shit. There are white signposts, which allow people to come and assist you. And I think that's it. There may be another kind. But, see right over here? This is a white signpost. That's somebody that I can actually call in. Well, I could have called in. Yeah. We're going to summon this guy. And he will come and assist me in the boss fight that we're fixing to do.
Hey, Chris, can you come in here?
Hang on, I'm recording. Alright, he's down. Alright, so we're going to clear this last little group here one more time. Oh, I blocked that. That's bullshit. Oh, fuck. Now, the reason... Oh, shit. Reason they were able to hit me even though my shield was up is I was out of stamina. So you have to be careful with your power attacks, because as you... I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but every time I power attack, which is R2, I use a significant amount of stamina. Now, granted, it's also my more powerful attacks, but these guys really don't need all that powerful of attacks. Now, I don't know if that guy made it in or not. I summoned in. Sometimes it's a little buggy. You summon them and they don't quite make it. They can turn you down. There is a guy up here. That dude I freed from the prison cell earlier, he will actually come fight with you on this boss. So I'm going to show you guys, hopefully, how to kill this boss. We'll see if it works out. This boss is one of the more difficult bosses early on. Knight Solar. This guy's kind of badass, even if he is an evil piece of shit. Alright. So we now have Knight Solar. And I don't see any other summoning signs. So we're just going to go ahead and get right to this. I'm going to leave the humanity on my bar. Humanity also has the added bonus of making you do having the ability to heal you. So that makes it very valuable in boss fights. It also pretty much maxes your health. It is a huge, huge heal. Now you see those two gargoyles up there on the top? We're going to be fighting those. So I'm going to go ahead and use a gold pine resin on my weapon. That turns my weapon into a lightning weapon. Alright, gonna skip this cinematic if it'll let me. Whoops. Nope, don't want to do that. Whoa. Now, if you can cut this guy's tail off, you can get a special weapon. Sometimes, not always. There we go. He's getting fucked up by me and this dude. Lightning also seems to stun these guys, which is nice. Now, you only have a certain amount of time to kill this guy before his buddy drops. And I don't know if you can see off in the distance, but his buddy's already dropped. His buddy blows a lot of fire. Now, Knight Solar really makes this fight a lot easier because he draws a lot of attention. And this fight was a lot easier. There we go. So I got the gargoyle halberd and the gargoyle helm. I've never actually gotten the gargoyle helm before. And I guess because I fought with him, I got the sunlight metal and the twin humanities. Twin humanities are basically just like normal humanities, but double. The reason that fight was so easy was, number one, my sword was upgraded to +5. That took me about 15, 20 minutes to farm enough souls to do that. The other reason was the gold pine resin. You do start the game off, once you beat the first area, with I think 2 to 3 gold pine resin. So I strongly recommend you using that on the gargoyles because they're very weak to lightning, and it really makes you just ridiculously overpowered. Not only that, but it does have a tendency to stun the opponent, and like you saw there, we were able to basically pin him up against the wall and just beat the shit out of him. So, for those of you who may want to play this game, the non-faint of heart, then I would definitely recommend using lightning. Now, other weapons work out good as well. The other key thing about Dark Souls is every time you repeatedly hit an opponent, each sequential attack does more damage. So your first hit does 50, your second hit does 150, third hit does 300, etc., etc. It's not quite that exponential, but you get the idea. Well, on a weapon like this, I swing very quickly. I'm rocking it pretty fast. Well, for a weapon like, where is the claymore? There we go. This is the claymore. This is another weapon that I use. With this one, boom, boom. It's significantly slower, and it also uses significantly more endurance. So I can't quite go as long and as hard. That's what she said. As I'd like to with other weapons. So depending on the bosses you're going to be fighting, you may want to switch out your weapons accordingly. Now the problem with that, you pretty much got a double farm. So, but also when it comes to PvP, certain weapons are better for certain situations as well. So there's going to be a lot of farming. I will link some videos that will show you good places to farm. The forest is pretty much the top end spot for farming of souls. You can farm about 300,000 an hour there, which is quite a bit. Okay, can I get behind him? Yes. Night night. Alright guys, well that pretty much concludes this part of the Let's Play series. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this. I'm going to be taking this character to 120. This is going to be a PvP tune, and I do aim to do a lot of PvP with him. So if this is something that you guys are interested in seeing, I can definitely record the footage. If it's not, just let me know in the comments below, and I will keep this to my personal time, and I'll upload other videos for you guys. As always, make sure you click that like button if you do like it, so that I know to make more. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my other videos, tips, tricks, guides, let's plays, and battlefield raping. And I'll see you guys in the next clip.